Good evening and thank you for joining us for News Center 25 at 10. I'm Abby Rocha. VPD responded to a call of an accidental shooting on the 200 block of Salem Road, 3:57 a.m. on Saturday morning. Officer David Brogger says after the initial investigation, a 21-year-old male was charged and later arrested with manslaughter. The other 21-year-old male died from his injuries, and we are expecting more information from VPD on this incident tomorrow. Taking you across Texas now, the stepfather of missing 4-year-old Malia Davis was arrested and charged in connection to her disappearance 1 week after he told Texas police that she was kidnapped by 3 men who assaulted and knocked him unconscious. 26-year-old Darian Vance arrested by the Houston Police Department at a relative's home and charged with tampering with evidence, human corpse, in the disappearance of his stepdaughter on the night of May 4th. We have more on this story coming up. And across the nation, 2 people were assaulted on the Appalachian Trail early Saturday morning by a man carrying a machete. The female victim, who is expected to survive, walked 6 miles injured and bleeding before finding a couple of hikers and calling for help. 30-year-old James Jordan was arrested and is charged with criminal impersonation and drug possession after police say he threatened other hikers on the trail in North Carolina and Tennessee. An American Airlines pilot is jailed this morning, charged in the murder of 3 people. Christian Richard Martin, charged in connection with the 2015 murders of Calvin and Pamela Phillips and Edward Dansereau. Calvin Phillips was found shot to death in his Pembroke, Kentucky home. A few miles away, his wife Pamela's smoldering car was left in a cornfield. American Airlines says in part, we will provide any investigative assistance possible to law enforcement throughout their investigation. Now back here in the Crossroads, according to mentalhealthva.gov, the suicide rate for veterans is 1.5 times greater than Americans who never served. News Center 25's David Gibson spoke with a local veteran about this issue and has more.
Healthva.gov, 20 veterans a day commit suicide, and one veteran is trying to shed some light on this issue.
Number one cause of veteran suicide is because we feel that we're alone back in this fight back at home.
Veterans feel like no one understands them and they don't get the right help they need, while being told to just wait. 6,000 veterans commit suicide every year from 2008 to 2016. But concerned veteran Delray Handy says those numbers are rising. He gives some ways we can try to bring that number down.
Reach out to every veteran, along with thanking a veteran for his service. Assure him that he is not alone. Give him a hug, let him know that you're here for him and you are willing to help out in any which way you can.
To any veterans feeling alone right now and contemplating suicide,
I would tell him that his life is more precious than he thinks. Let him know that if he needs help, I'm here for him. Have a chain of people that he can also reach out to, and just let him know he's not alone, that we're here with him. We will walk with him, whatever he needs, and help him to fix whatever problems that he may have, and let him know that we're here for him.
You are a veteran or you know of a veteran that needs help, please don't hesitate to reach out to your local veteran service. In Victoria, I'm David Gibson for your Hometown News.
Switching gears to weather now, heavy rain caused widespread flooding across parts of southern Louisiana. More than 2 inches of rain fell in New Orleans this morning, and that left many motorists stranded in rising floodwater. City officials say the rain came so fast it outpaced the city's drainage system. And the good news, no more rain is expected over there for the next couple of days. But back here in the Crossroads, let's talk weather on this Sunday night. Taking a first look at your forecast, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Alexander to see what the rest of your week will look like. Bill?
Well, this evening it is just beautiful out there. We've got generally fair skies right now. The mercury hovering from the upper 60s to lower 70s. A light and somewhat variable wind generally out of the east and northeast at less than 5 miles an hour. DTAR Doppler showing no rain anywhere locally. You have to go way on out into the hill country or the Concho Valley actually seeing some light shower activity, and that's associated with an upper level disturbance that's moving in our general direction. But how much does it actually quantify to rain in the next couple of days? I'll answer that question later on in your hometown forecast. Abby?
Thank you, Bill. Now here in Victoria, Mother's Day isn't only for women who have children, it's also celebrated for women who have pets. News Center 25's LaShawna McEwen has the story.
Local pet store had an activity to celebrate fur moms on Mother's Day. not to get too real, but there's a chance I might not be a real mom ever in my life. So I get the fact that I get to celebrate this holiday with my dog children is pretty cool.
Alexandria Connor, a fur mom, doesn't have children of her own, and she may not get the opportunity to have any, but spending Mother's Day with her dogs mean a lot to her, and she treats them very close to a child.
I know it's not the same thing as having a child, but to me it's very, very close. So it's cool that they have events like this for dog moms, or just anyone in general who has like a dog.
Local pet store in Victoria held a card-making party for pets that allowed dogs to help make Mother's Day cards. The event was for everyone who wanted to give a special, unique gift to a fur mom. Although Connor made the card herself, this activity means a lot to her, to know that her dogs love her unconditionally.
For dogs, the reason I love them so much is I feel like when you look at each other, there's a lot of love, that they love you like unconditionally, and that makes me love them unconditionally.
Olivia Rodriguez, the assistant manager at Local Pet, spoke about why she thought this event was important.
Have something for the people that they just have pets and their pets are their babies, and we all know how it is. So we just wanted to have something sentimental to the pet mom.
Happy Mother's Day. Please reach out to your family and friends who have lost their mom or can't have children. This could be a difficult day for them. In Victoria, I'm LaShonda McEwen with your Hometown News.
Across the world, Pope Francis paid tribute to mothers around the world in his Sunday message at the Vatican. The Pope spoke to thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square. He thanked mothers for, quote, their precious work in raising children and protecting the value of the family. The leader of the world's 1.2 billion Catholics also remembered mothers who look down at us from heaven. In the morning, Francis ordained 19 new Catholic priests and invited 2 of them to join him in blessing the faithful from the window of the papal apartments. A Utah man gave possibly the best Mother's Day gift ever to his mom when he donated part of his liver to save her life. Gwen Finelson of Springville, Utah, has been battling the complications of autoimmune hepatitis for 27 years. She was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver 5 years in. Gwen was put on an organ transplant list last August and was warned that her age might preclude her from getting a new liver. That's when her son Brandon stepped in and stepped up.
I'm not sure I have the words to describe how I feel about my son. I'm grateful that he is the kind of man that would do something like that he would risk his life for another human being. It didn't have to be his mother, it would have been anybody.
Now, after researching the possibility of living organ donations, he gave a piece of his liver to save his mom's life. Both of their livers have already regenerated, growing to at least 90% of their normal size. Stay with us. Coming up on News Center 25 at 10, the latest details on missing 4-year-old Malia Davis. Stay with us.
All right, let's take a look at your overnight. Temperatures drop on down to around the 60-degree mark before climbing back up into the lower 80s. It's just going to be only isolated showers, a few thunderstorms tomorrow, but more rain is expected during the course of the week, and I'll describe that later on in your hometown forecast.
Welcome back. New details in the search for 4-year-old Malia Davis. Her mother's ex-fiance faced a judge for the first time today. His bond was set at $1 million. This comes as a new exclusive photo appears to show someone in the family car dropping Vince off at the hospital before he reported Malia missing. Tragically, investigators don't believe little Malia is alive. Charlie Edsity joins us now to break down all the twists and turns in the case garnering national attention.
The frantic search to find the little girl with the big brown eyes has been ongoing for several days. 4-year-old Malia Davis was in the care of 26-year-old Darian Vence when she was reported missing. He is the ex-fiance of Malia's mother, Brittany Bowens, who left town for a funeral on April 30th. Investigators with HPD stated Vence initially told them Malia was abducted after he pulled over to the side of the East Tex Freeway on Friday, May 3rd.
The other male hits Darian in the head.
He claimed 3 Hispanic men in a blue truck assaulted him so badly he was knocked unconscious and then woke up several hours later on the side of the road on Saturday in Sugar Land. He says his 1-year-old son was still with him, but Malia was gone. Vence did not report Malia missing until later that night, and by Sunday morning, an Amber Alert was issued. By Monday, search efforts were underway to find the little girl, and her mother and biological father both spoke to ABC 13.
She's strong, like physically and mentally.
I'm terrified for Malia.
Rainy weather complicated search efforts for 2 days, but by Thursday, a major break in the case. Vence's car, a silver Nissan Altima, he claimed was stolen during the alleged abduction, found in a Missouri City parking lot. And inside the trunk, according to detectives, a laundry basket along with a gas can. By Friday, surveillance video surfaces that appears to show Vence leaving his apartment with his son, carrying a laundry basket and inside a black trash bag. This allegedly happened the same day Malia's mother had gone out of town. The girl's mother also reveals through an attorney that she withheld information from investigators on the case.
We need Mom to do the right thing and tell everything she knows.
Earlier today, Vence was taken into custody at a family home in Sugar Land and charged in the case with tampering with evidence, namely a corpse. Investigators say they've obtained blood evidence from inside Vence's apartment linked to Malia, and sadly do not believe the little girl is still alive.
Taking you across the world now, a North Korean cargo ship seized by the U.S. because of suspicion it was used to violate international sanctions arrived Sunday at the American Samoan capital. Coast Guard officials said American Samoa in the South Pacific was chosen because of its central strategic location. The U.S. Department of Justice is leading an investigation into the ship's movements and activities and said the vessel will be moved to an unknown destination in the future. A Myanmar National Airlines flight landed safely at Mandalay Airport Sunday after landing gear problems forced it to touch down without the use of its front wheel. Smoke could be seen rising from under the seats of the aircraft shortly after landing. Everyone was evacuated safely and there were no injuries reported on the flight, carrying 82 passengers and 7 crew members. Pakistani security forces searched a luxury hotel in a port city today, a day after separatist insurgents stormed in, killing at least 5 people. The militant said it was a strike against Chinese and other foreign investors. Officials said at least 4 gunmen raided the 5-star Pearl Continental Hotel Saturday afternoon, but police declined to say if any of the attackers had been captured or killed. At least 3 security guards and 2 hotel personnel were killed and 4 wounded as the attackers battled members of the security forces.
Coming up in sports, all district selections for East and West baseball announced this weekend. That's next after the break.
Now, 1 year has passed since a video of a woman calling police on a group who was barbecuing went viral. It turns out that area of the park was not designated for charcoal grilling, but the video sparked debate over whether an infraction like this warrants having the police called. Some felt her call to police was racially motivated, and the community came together Sunday for a barbecue led by the people who were there that day. One of the men who had the police called on him that day is now on the Park and Rec Advisory Board.
What are those glasses?
I even invited her out today for the 1-year anniversary, just not to like cause any kind of controversy, but to actually shake her hand and just extend the apology or the olive branch to let her know that, you know what I'm saying, there's no hard feelings, but, you know what I'm saying, we need to have this conversation.
Now, since the video went viral, there have been several cookouts in an effort to bring the community together and take something away from the incident that is positive.
Yeah, Becky's got great fashion there, doesn't she? Yeah. The Terminator shades and the what?
Sean.
What? I'm just saying.
Sean.
All right.
I think the glasses are stylish.
Really pleasant, seems pleasant to a human being.
Well, at least something positive is coming out from it, right?
Definitely not a mom.
Yeah. Well, anyway, today is all about mothers, and our very own LaShawn McEwen has this picture of her grandmother and mom. She wants to send a special Happy Mother's Day to both of them, and Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms here in the Crossroads, including my mom and Sean, your mom too, and all our moms. It's a great day to celebrate them. Can't say it enough how thankful we are for all of them.
Yeah, wait, I want to see Abby's. Wait, come on. Let's get through these.
All these special moms for us.
Good to see.
Yes, and weather. What's
Yes.
weather like the rest
Also good to see. A beautiful night coming up. There will be a little bit of scattered shower activity out there, but that'll be Well, isolated shower activity Monday and then becoming scattered Monday night and a little bit more numerous on Tuesday, but no really big heavy rain amounts. So no repeat of the monstrous storms from late last week. We will see some scattered to perhaps numerous showers, a few rumbles of thunder Tuesday and into Wednesday, but the second half of the week looks glorious out there. Very nice conditions Thursday and Friday, and then scattered thunderstorms do in fact return for your weekend. But highs will be in the 80s. Lows will be from the upper 60s to lower 70s.
Not too bad, not too bad. And if you haven't already, get your rain jackets out, your rain boots, because it's going to be a little rainy beginning of the week, like you said. Yeah, and lots of mosquitoes. Lots of mosquitoes coming out soon. Well, for more sports news and weather, you can visit crossroadstoday.com. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful Mother's Day.